Well, it shouldn't take you all period. Come in early if you can. Okay, 6th grade. Our objective today is to divide fractions and mixed numbers. I know, so exciting. Thursday, your test is on lessons 5-1 to 5-5. Don't forget your other assignment for tonight is to get your test signed. Okay. All right, let's start with our warm-up on page 14 of the notes. Okay, Sean, number 1. Good, -1, 6. Briar, number 2. Where's your notes? Okay, I'll come back to you. You should have your notes out. Open up to page 14. -68/5. Good job. The mixed number, anyone have the mixed number of that? Mary? Oh, okay, what mixed number for number 2?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Okay, Alyssa, that's okay. Good, -13 3/5. Okay, number 3. Justin. Good job. -5 c to the 5th over 9. Number 4, Adam.
45th.
No. Close though. Annalise? You did not simplify, I believe. Emma H? Good. 4/45. Okay, number 5. Charles? Good, 91/3 or 30 1/3. Number 6, Matt? Good, 6/11. Jeremy, number 7? Good, -112. Okay, before I move to the other warm-up, questions on this one? Jeremy? What did you get, 4/9? You forgot about the 5 here. This one should be a 5, not a 1. You can't. That one you cannot change to a 1. Yeah, that one should be a 1, but that one should be a 5. Okay. Be very careful when you're cross-simplifying, Jeremy, with all 3 of them. I would actually recommend doing 2 at a time. I think it'd be easier. Okay. Annalise, on the first warm-up, go ahead. Bless you, bless you. Okay, what did you have as your answer for 4?
28/3.
You just didn't simplify. The answer is 4/45. So it's right. If you just type that in your calculator, hit enter, math, enter, enter, you're good. Okay, anyone else? All right, let's go to the second warm-up, which is page 11 in your notes. Okay, Briar, we're going to start with you. Number 1 on page 11, warm-up. Okay. Sean, number 1, page 11 in your notes. No? Yeah, you're supposed to be adding. Annalise? Good, 5/24. Charles, number 2. Good, -15/10, which can be simplified, Charles. -3/2 or -1.5. Okay, number 3, Donatus. Okay, which is 1/3. Okay, or 40/3. Emma M, number 4. Good, -263/36, which is -7 11/30. Okay, Alyssa, number 5. Good job. Matt, number 6. Okay, Zach, number 6. Okay, who got to number 6? Emma H. Good, 2/15. You guys, especially if you get here early enough, you should be getting there. Okay, Annalise gets here at like 7:30 and she has them done. So please make sure you're doing your warm-up. Okay, Annalise, number 7. Good, -73/10. Sean, number 8. Awesome, 43/8. Adam. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Thank you. I can't read my writing. It is a 36. Sorry. Thank you, Adam, for checking me. Sean? Okay, pick one.
Number 3.
Okay, so when you change them to improper fractions, Sean, what did you get for 7.5? Okay, and then good, 35 over 6. Okay, so the common denominator is 6. So 15 over 2 changes to, did you change 15 over 2 to some? Okay. Okay, I've never heard that method at all, so I'm not able to help you. But doing it the normal way, I don't know that method. So 15 over 2 changes to 45 over 6. That's all. This is very easy to do the normal way. And then just rewrite 35 over 6. You can show me that later. I'm interested, but never heard of that. So add these. Hold on. Add these, you get 80 over 6, which reduces to 40 over 3. If you're making mistakes doing it that way, Sean, I highly recommend not to use that method. Okay? Because you did fine when we did this way in class, right? Like, do you understand how to get common denominator? Okay, just making sure. Anyone else on that warm-up? Annalise? You have a negative on the top and a negative on the bottom, so you shouldn't have negative. So -1 times 8 is -8, and then when you multiply the bottom, you're going to get -60. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay. Sean? Number 3, 40 over 3, or 13 1/3. You're welcome. Annalise?
So if you just one, like number 2 is -1.
Yep. Okay, anyone else on the warm-up? All right, let's go over homework, starting with practice 5.3. And I hopefully wrote both mixed numbers and improper fractions up here, but we'll see. All right, practice 5.3. You guys had 2 to 28 even, and then 29 to 31. So we'll go over the answers on each one first, and we'll ask questions on each assignment so we don't get confused. So everyone on practice 5.3, Justin, we'll start with you on number 2. Good, 26 over 63. Matt, number 4. Awesome. Number 6, Jeremy. Good, -83 over 60, which is the same thing as -1 and 23 over 60. Okay, number 8, Donatus. No. Number 8. Emma H. Okay, 19 over 35, but it should be positive. But yes. Alyssa, number 10. Good, 1 and 2 15ths. Anyone have the improper fraction? Annalise? Oh, that's not simplified. You need to... Oh, okay, okay. Mary? Nope. Should be 17 over 15. Careful with that. I definitely prefer that you guys are putting them as mixed numbers, but I will not mark it wrong if you have an improper fraction, but please make sure it's completely simplified. Okay, Adam, 12. It's not simplified, so it's wrong. Negative 8 15ths, good. Number 14, 1 and 19 over 45. Did anyone write that one as an improper fraction, Charles? Good, 64 over 45, so again, either way. 16, Emma M. Good, 23 over 40, Zach, 18. Good, -2 and 31 over 50, or -131 over 50. Okay, number 20, Briar. Good, -10 over 33. Sean, 22. Nope. These ones are a little tricky. Jeremy? Good. Which is the same thing as negative 281 over 48. 24, Justin. Good. 119 over 48, which is the same thing as 2 and 23 over 48. Those ones are definitely tricky. If you knew what you were doing, I'm sure you got them right. Those negative signs there were very tricky. Okay, Matt, you want to do the next one? Okay, 26. Awesome. 43x over 24. Annalise, 28. Awesome. Emma H, number 29. Good. So, whoops, put this down here. So it's 8 and 13 over 24 pounds. You could also have 205 over 24 pounds. Same thing. Emma M, 30. No. You forgot to do one step. I know what you did, but you forgot about one step. Briar? Yep, 11 over 35. Emma, you forgot to subtract 1 minus 24 over 35. Okay, and then 31, Alyssa. Oh, that's right. Donatus, 31. Good. 65 and 13/16, which is equivalent to 1,053 over 16. All right. While we're on practice 5.3, quick questions on 5. What, Charles? Yeah, I probably do. Yes, I have it on my paper. I just didn't do it up here. Thank you, Charles. Same with pounds. Yeah, pounds is up there. Okay, Annalise, go ahead. What number? Okay. All right, 24 on practice 5.3, we have negative y minus x. All right, so the first thing, did you convert y and x to improper fractions, Annalise? Okay, so well, you needed to convert the y and the x to improper fractions, so hopefully you did. The y is negative 27 over 16, and then x, converting it, is 25 negative 25 over 6. So for the first step of 24, all I did was convert them. You should have negative 27 over 16 minus negative 25 over 6. Next step, find common denominators, which is 48. Did you find a common denominator of 48? Yeah, that's probably the problem. 2 negatives back to back changes to a positive, so those change to a plus. Okay, I'm guessing your only problem is, Annalise, that you did not convert them correctly, or you just didn't convert them at all. At this point, after you add, you get 119 over 48, which is the same thing as 2 and 23 over 48. Okay. Yep, you asked me that yesterday. Yes, you can keep it there, but make sure your answer is a simplified answer, whether it's a mixed number or an improper fraction. Yep. Jeremy, head up, please. Matt? 10. Okay, hold on. Stop right there. 10, you got 8/15. Okay. You maybe just made a silly mistake here. So number 10, we have x minus y. Okay, so first step, plug in your x, which is 5, 6, minus the y, which is negative 3/10. Are you with me? Did you find a common denominator of 30, Matt? Okay. So your first one becomes 25 over 30. Second one is 9 over 30. 2 negatives back to back is a positive. Okay. So you get 34 over 30, which is really 1 and 4/30, which is really 1 and 2/15. Okay? Okay. And then what was the other one, Matt? Okay. You probably did the same thing, so let me just tell you. So negative y is really positive 3/10. So you should have 3/10 minus 5/6, which is really 9/30 minus 25 over 30. Do you have that or no? Do you want me to write it up on the board? Are you sure? You do? Okay. As long as you know. Briar? Number 2, 26 over 63. You okay? Okay. Emma M? Sure. Well, let me ask you first. What was your common denominator? Okay. So the first fraction should be negative 27 over 36. Oh, that's why. Silly mistake. Anyone else in practice 5.3? Thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down on adding and subtracting with unlike denominators. I know it's easy to make silly mistakes, but okay, thank you. All right, let's go to 5.4. Okay, I'm going to read over these ones just for time. All right, so number 1 on 5.4 should be negative 6 over 25. Number 3, negative 42 and a half, or negative 85 over 2. Number 5, negative 22 and a half, or negative 45 over 2. You can put the negative wherever you want. Number 7, 4 and 7 over 99, or 403 over 99. Number 9, negative 2/15. 11, 37 over 45. 13, 175x to the 5th over 4. 15, 5x to the 14th over 33. Make sure you guys are all checking. 17, 11x to the 11th over 144. Adam, are you checking yours? Okay. Number 19, negative 5x squared y cubed over 6. 21, 1 and 1 over 126, or 127 over 126. 23, negative 5 over 42. 25, 6 and 7 over 15 feet squared, or 247 over 15 feet squared. 27, 55 students. All right. Finish checking. Did you get confused on that, Charles? Is that what you're saying? Okay, let me ask you this while everyone's still checking. Did you multiply first or subtract first? Okay, I'll do it in a second. Okay, can I move this, or are you guys still checking? Sean, are you okay? I'm thinking that's what you did because I'm guessing you saw that first and just started subtracting when you really need to multiply negative y and x first. I can still do it if you want. It's up to you.
I know what I did. I didn't multiply negative y and x. I multiplied y and x and subtracted.
That's why. You're exactly right. Because the x is negative, so that changes the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought z minus.
So let me just give you this, Charles. After you multiply, you drop down the negative 23 over 42. So it's negative 23 over 42 plus 3/7. So the product of those two fractions is 3/7. Does that help you? And then after you find a common denominator of 42, you get negative 23 over 42 plus 18 over 42. You end up with negative 5 over 42. You got it? Okay. Sean? Okay, good. We'll talk about that later. Adam? 25? Sure. All right, number 25. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, or you can use the formula 1/2 base times height. So let me show you what I did, Adam, and then if you wouldn't do it a different way, you can. So I converted them all to improper fractions. So we have 1/2 times 39 over 5 times 38 over 9. Okay, and I got these improper fractions from converting the base and the height. Are you okay with that part? The next thing I did was I multiplied 1/2 times this. I just got rid of this extra fraction right now. So I changed this to 39 over 10, and I just wrote this as 38 over 9, and then I cross simplified. You can cross simplify here, the 9 here and 39. Did you get to this point? Okay. Okay, and it still works that way, but when you did you mean divided by half. Should have done divide. Okay, sorry. You did base times height divided by 2. Okay. And then you should have done keep, change, flip. If you do divide by 2, you know what I mean? Because it's since there's fractions. You guys want me to keep going on this? Does anyone else? Okay. Okay. So cross simplify here, and then these ones we can cross simplify. 2 goes into each of them. So this changes to 5. This changes to 19. So after cross simplifying, multiply across the top, across the bottom, we get 247 over 15, which is 6 7/15. So in my mind, it's easier to do 1/2 base times height when you have improper fractions. But as Adam said, you could just do base times height and then divide by 2. Now, I will explain today the whole keep, change, flip thing with today's lesson. Annalise? Why didn't you cross simplify? You're making it harder for yourself by not cross simplifying. Okay. So once you get your fraction, you're dividing by 2. So since you're dividing by 2, it's really multiplying by 1/2. So after you get that, then you have to multiply by 1/2. Dividing by 2 is the same thing as multiplying by half. Right? Right. That's what. Okay, and then you multiplied across the top, across the bottom. Okay, and then after you multiply across the top, across the bottom, then you need to multiply everything by 1/2. So you can do it that way. Times 1 over 2. Remember, you're dividing by 2. Dividing by 2 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/2. Okay, Annalise, what did you get for this part? Tell me what you got here, because I didn't do it this way. Okay, so then you have to divide all this by 2. Dividing by 2 is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Keep, change, flip. So you can now cross simplify here. So you still get 247 over 15. Right, that's what you have to flip it. Yep, that's what yep, Matt? Okay, I am going to hold that for the end of class. Actually, let me just tell you real quick. 11, multiply first, then add. So did you cross simplify 7/10 and 2/9? You can cross simplify the 2 and the 10. Okay, so after you multiply those, you get 7 over 45. Okay, plus 2/3. Common denominator is 45. So you get 7 over 45 plus 30 over 45. Okay, and then you just get 37 over 45. Okay. Okay. You okay? Okay. Alyssa? Okay. 27, Alyssa, it's actually easier than it looks. You need to take the total students in the class times 11/7 times 5/6. So all you're doing is taking 102 over 1 times 11 over 7 times 5 over 6. Does that make sense? Yeah, I know you didn't do it for some reason, but once you do set that up, you can cross simplify, and it makes it very easy to get 11 times 5 is 55. You okay? Sure. Okay, Matt, Briar. I just went over that one, but go ahead. What did you divide? Yeah. You shouldn't be doing 17 times 5. Did you get the same answer? Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you did. That works, Briar. Yeah, sorry, that does work. There are a couple ways to do this, depending on how you think about the problem, so that definitely works. And then, Matt, let me give you mine so you can look at 19. Okay, Annalise, I'm going to hold off on that till later, okay? Alyssa? 55. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, we have to get moving, so I'll come back to them later. Okay, I need you guys to open up notes to page 15. This won't take very long, but we at least need to talk about it. And then any other questions, we'll come back to them later or first thing tomorrow. Okay, when you get to page 15, the first thing we're going to, you okay? Sure. First thing we're going to talk about is a reciprocal. Okay, and we've talked about this before. Again, this chapter is pretty much a review. Oh, is it on page 14? Okay. Mine's on page 15, sorry. Page 14, very bottom. Thanks, Charles. So a reciprocal is when you flip a number, okay? A reciprocal is when you have two non-zero numbers whose product is 1. Don't write that part down. You don't need that. So I have an example up here. And actually, I have 2 examples up here. You can pick one. So 1/2 times 2/1 is 1, because we know the reciprocal or inverse of 1/2 is 2. We know the reciprocal or inverse of -3 is -1/3. So when you're flipping something, remember, you don't change the sign. You're just flipping it. Definition of a reciprocal is 2 non-zero numbers whose product is 1. And there's not many examples in this lesson, because basically all this is reviewing keep, change, flip, which you kind of saw in that problem Annalise was asking about, the triangle problem with area, when you have to divide by 2. It's kind of like what that is. Do you guys remember this from chapter 1? Okay, good. Okay, so example or definition of dividing. Okay, it's very short. To divide by any non-zero number, you multiply by the reciprocal. To divide by any non-zero number, you multiply by the reciprocal. And I want you to write at the top, this is when we use keep, change, flip. So keep, change, flip. And then here's just a very basic example. If we have 2 9ths divided by 3 7ths, you keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, flip the second fraction. Keep, change, flip. Now cross-simplifying comes into play because you're changing a division problem to a multiplication problem. But there's not anything to cross-simplify on this one. So you simply multiply across the top, across the bottom. It's just as easy. The keep, change, flip rule is a really good reminder when you're dividing fractions. Keep the first one, change the sign to multiplication, flip the second fraction. So keep, change, flip is really good for you to remember. And yes, I agree. This is as easy as multiplying. That's no, keep, change, flip. If you want to think of it that way, sure. Oh, jeez. KFC. You guys are always thinking about food, right? All right. Questions on this? All right, so let's do an example. First thing I want you to do on example 1, the negative sign. Move it to the 3, excuse me. So keep, change division to multiplication, flip the second fraction, which is taking the reciprocal of it. Remember, when you take the reciprocal, you're flipping it. Keep, change, flip. From yesterday's lesson, can we cross-simplify? Justin? Good. So 3 goes into each of them. Okay, I'm going to change the -3 to -1 and the 6 to 2. So multiply across the top, across the bottom, we get -11 over 14. You can keep the negative sign wherever you want, okay, as long as you only have one of them. So do you agree this is pretty easy? Keep, change, flip. Okay, example 2. Watch, they get so much harder. Uh-oh, now we have mixed numbers. Oh, man. What do you think we have to do first? Zach? Yeah, this is boring, right? Improper fractions. So 2.5 changes to 5 over 2. So change them to improper fractions first. -3 3/4 changes to -15 over 4. Adam, did you already do this? Okay. So keep, change, flip. It's nice because you don't have to do common denominators. Keep, change, flip. The negative sign can go wherever you want. I just always leave it on top. It doesn't matter. Why is this in parentheses? Sean, why is this in parentheses? Good, it's a negative. Charles, can we cross simplify?
Yes.
Yep, what can we cross simplify? Okay, so we end up with 1 times -2, which is -2. 1 times 3, which is 3. -2/3, -0.6 repeating. Sean? No. Nope, not at all. Okay, I want you guys and girls to try B and C. Okay, try B and C on your own. Keep, change, flip. Yeah, I mean they're not too bad. This lesson's very short. Okay, you gotta cross simplify. Wait, what did you do? Keep? You didn't keep this one. Keep, change, flip. The other one's right. Negative. That should be negative though. That's not right. This is not 12. It should be 23. You converted wrong. Awesome. Is that a 10 or a 10? Change that. That needs fixed. That's right. All right, you guys are done, so let's go over these. Okay, Matt, letter B. Awesome. -2 or -2 over 1. Annalise, letter C. Nope. Briar? Good. 46 over 17, which is the same as 2 and 12/17. So here's why some of you guys missed this. Changing this to an improper fraction is 23 over 5. Changing this to an improper fraction is 17 over 10. So then you do keep, change, flip. So 23 over 5 times 10 over 17. And then you can cross simplify. So 23 times 2 is 46. 1 times 17 is 17. Adam? Okay, Annalise? Oh. Okay, any other questions on B or C? All right, that's all for dividing. That's all. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down. Keep, change, flip. Okay, homework packet. Okay, I want you to open up to 5.5. There's 2 things, but that's including you're getting your test signed. You're not doing all of these, so just give me a second here. Okay, on practice 5.5, you're going to do 1 to 12, 24 to 27, yep, and 34, 36. These are random numbers. Please make sure you write them down. Okay, and then on page 72, then you need to go back to the room and get one. I want you to do all. Now, I will tell you, page 72, yeah, but there's a back and a front. I typed page 72. It looks like this, okay? I typed this. This is good practice for your test, quiz, whatever we want to call it, on Thursday. So, I'll say that again. Practice 5.5, I want you to start with. This is all the keep, change, flip stuff. If you need loose leaf or a notebook, please use your common sense. Okay, did everyone write these numbers down? Yeah. Homework packet page 72 is the one that I typed. It's numbers 1 through 16. Please do all of it. This is good practice for your test Thursday. Okay? Third, Adam, get the cumulative exam signed. Bring it back tomorrow. Okay? So I know you have time at school, so it shouldn't take you too long. And technically, this should be our last assignment until we get back from break. Until next year. Alyssa. Yeah, I just made boxes in case you want to put your answer in there. You don't have to. Whatever you think is better. Okay. Any questions? Chapter 5's easy, huh? Super easy. So tomorrow we'll do some kind of review. I promise, and remind me if I forget, I'll go back to, I know 2 of you had 2 more questions on 5.4. So we'll address those first thing tomorrow. If you want to come see me when you get here tomorrow, we can even have a little discussion about them before class starts. Okay? Report cards are ending. When we get back from break, middle of January is time for report cards. So you want to make sure you do well on Thursday's test. Annalise? I know. Tomorrow. Did you hear what I just said? Okay. Yeah. I just said that. Yep. Okay, and save those. I will remind you guys, but let's all try to remind each other. We'll come back to 5.4 questions, okay, whether it's before class or at the beginning. All right, that's all. Sean? Oh, yeah, that would be great. When you come in, show me.